Welcome to the show. This week we'll be looking at CR versus Police and Navy versus Army and that remarkable comeback by CH&FC in that Havelocks game in the concluded week 9 of Dialogue Rugby League. The first incident in that CR versus Police game now, it's a remarkable comeback by Police at the late, but too little too late. But looking at this high tackle, we saw that Buddhima Piyaratna did the same offence against Army last week, but this time Reza Rafaidin, the player going to the lower centre of gravity, but it is still a high tackle. So it's a penalty try, rightly so, referee Priya Suranga awarding that penalty try, and also a yellow card to Rafaidin. And look at this. Now, like I said, Buddhima Piyaratna also doing that now. Those are the national players, both Reza and Buddhima. Peter, who's the coach, have a lot of things to do in terms of defensive tactics, because imagine if this happens in the Asian Games or one of the Asia 7 series where Sri Lanka leading 14 points to 12 and something like this giving away in the last minute or so. So unfortunately all that effort goes into it. So not only these two players, all the coaches should know that seatbelt tackle or the high tackle is not allowed coming into the modern game of rugby. So this is a great decision by referee awarding that penalty try. So Police getting that extra 2 points with that conversion. And also CR had 2 penalties at the last 10th minute, but they didn't opt to go into post. And this is the other incidents. Now, who is the pack leader? Look how much long they have taken the time. Referee already giving a warning. So there's no communication by the pack leader, because your skipper Kawindu in that far corner, someone has to lead, either Tariq Saleh or Umalka Gunaratna, captain under 20, or Supun Warnakulu. The call should be at once. And again here, but you can't do that, just time wasting. And again, referee Priya Suranga didn't like that, as a result giving a free kick to Police. So not just once we saw, I think we saw that twice in that game. And the other incident in the same game, look at the number 8. Surya Pirma, his hands coming and he's just moving that ball through his hand. But according to the modern world law in that situation, the number 8 can pick the ball and he immediately has to go break from that scrum. Here he just places the ball to the scrum of Hashan Gomez on that occasion. So as a result, referee giving away the penalty, which was another good decision on that game. Now the next incident in that Army versus Navy game, look at here, Stefan Gregory just falling before the tackle was made. This is not the first time in this game. Even Army players did so many times in this game. Now it's a tricky situation for the referee, because you are not making that tackle, but number 4, you are in trouble because you have to read the player, your opposite number, whether he's going to the ground or he's coming for the hit. And here you could have get the ball turnover, but unfortunately it's not well timed in terms of that tackle coming in. But clever tactic opted by Navy, especially in that game, although Army did favor like this. But if you're not a tackle player, you can go for the ball. But we saw in one incident, if I'm not mistaken, even the referee is allowing a penalty because it was not tackle and the offensive player is just competing the ball, which was a clear turnover on that occasion. So this is another incident where Navy will be interesting to see whether they are opting in the coming games. And Ravin De Silva of Navy, this is a perfect move. Not the first time for the season we saw from Mohammad Afzal, that cutting through that 9, 10, 11, 12 channel rather. And here he had numbers out wide, to his left Supun Dilshan and to his right 3 players. But I don't know why all the flankers, when they go, they just don't look at the support, because they are going into the wall brick of defense. Here he had the option outright, but even it's a lovely offload, but unfortunately it was not going to the right man on that situation. It was going to the front row player. As a result, he knocks it on. So almost a chance going begging for. And the other incident, the match in the Heavies versus CH game. Now look at this. It's not only Ravin De Silva, the Navy flanker, Henry Terrence joining that line. He was the man of the match performance. But Sasanka Ariadna, 2v1 situation. Just draw your opposite number and just pass for your finisher, who's the wing three-quarter. And looking at this, but Lasindu Ishan, credits to him, he well marked this tackle and taking him all the way to the touchline. So another opportunity early on in that game went begging for CH&FC. Talking about that, so all the flankers, they have to understand their support runners. And looking at this incident now, it's a set play. Why don't your winger join this for the double loop? if you come for the double loop, it could have been easily gaining yards to Aryapala. So we saw Aryapala scoring that try later on, but look at this. This is what you have to do. Your blind winger is not doing anything. Even if you go for a ruck, your forwards are still here. You will at least go for 2 or 3 faces using your forwards, so your line can organize into your attack, but it didn't happen from CH&FC on that occasion. And what ultimately we saw is League Eagle going into contact. It's a turnover by Niroshan Fernando. Brilliant work on that occasion. And then here you can see Aryapala screaming for support, and lovely piece of a kick into that open space. But here Avantali, probably this is the only mistake he did in that entire game. He was quite brilliant. He also scored that try, but Chamara Dabare, another golden opportunity for Havelocks to score a try. Unfortunately, he just could not capitalize on the given opportunity. So when you see the bounce, either you have to score your own try, and then if not, you go into contact, your support will come. But here Avantali just made that mistake, but lucky enough it didn't cause any big problem on that occasion. Looking at this game, perhaps at the 47th minute this could be that turning point, because you are getting a penalty and then they are wondering what to do, whether to go for the touch or go for 3 points. So Riza Mubarak is a reliable kicker. If you can score that 28 points to 20, you have plenty of time to play. You are leading by 8 points. Even if CH&FC score a converted try, you are still safe. So decision making came to an issue in that game. But here again, poor decision making by Samuel Madhwanta. It was deflected from Jason Melder. Keep the own try, get the 5-meter scrum, but instead he kicked that. If Chamara Dabare get that ball, it's going to be a another try, because they had numbers out wide. And the final incident of this Havelocks versus CH game, look at this scrum. And this is quite unfortunate injury for Ryan Veerakon. He played so well in this season, and Sudham Siriarachi just going into that 2-man. It's great escape, but he was look at his legs, the left leg, it was shivering, and medics came into the game. But I'm sure if I'm the coach, I will not opt to play him for the Air Force game. So will Laga and the experienced Ronnie Ibrahim. They will take this as a notice, and it's not a good incident, because he forgot what happened to him. He don't know where he was. So it's a real big blow for Ryan Veerakon. Hope the coaches will do the needful for him, and next week he will be sidelined and rested for the next game, which is going to be Kandy versus CH. So that's all for the Back to the Board segment. We'll see you next week with more analysis.